Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jordan with Big Boy Toys, and today is going to be yet another Big 3 recall edition. Today's recall is going to be for the Ram, specifically the one with the 6.7 liter Cummins Turbo Diesel. This recall is going to affect 32,000 vehicles, all with the 6.7 liter. And right now Ram is saying that this is going to be for the 3500, 4500, and 5500. However, my experience, sometimes these manufacturers will put out a range of vehicles, and sometimes after some further evaluation, it'll end up encompassing some other vehicles. So the guys with the 2500, you might want to pay attention to this too, because this might be coming down the pike for you. Hopefully not, but you don't know. This particular recall is going to be about the 6.7 liter potentially felling and or causing a fire, or both, which could be a pretty big deal. So I got some documentation here that we're going to go over and get you guys up to speed on it. So let's get started.
All right, guys, here we go. I have 3 documents to show you. This is the first one, second one, and the third one. We'll start with this first one. And also I'll put links to these documents inside the descriptions in the video. So this one's dated June 11, 2021. And this is a new safety recall advanced communication. FCA has announced a safety recall on certain 2019 and 2020 model year Ram 3500 cab chassis and 4500/5500 cab chassis trucks equipped with a 6.7 liter Cummins Turbo Diesel engine. Reason for this safety recall: some of the above vehicles may have an oil life monitor strategy that does not provide adequate warning of oil consumption, which may allow engine oil volume to fall below an acceptable level. Low oil volumes in the engine can cause a lack of oil film on the main bearings, deteriorating the bearing, which can result in engine damage, which may puncture the engine block and may lead to a vehicle fire, which increases the risk of injury to the occupants and persons outside of the vehicle, as well as property damage. Now, one of the guys that I subscribe to is JB Reviews. If you don't know him, check him out. He's got a lot of good videos. But he did one recently that he basically went inside of a garage at a dealership, and it looked like they were replacing a 6.7 liter Cummins. And I don't think anybody knew exactly at that point what went wrong with it, but something happened to where maybe a rod was thrown or something, where it completely looked like it shattered the bottom of the engine and came right out the side. And when I read this, that was the first thing that I thought of, was that damaged engine that JB was showing on his videos. So maybe you guys can go over there and check out that video and see what was going on there. Service action. FCA US will conduct a voluntary safety recall to reprogram the power control module calibration software to include enhanced oil life monitoring. Dealers will be notified of the launch of this safety recall by the way of established communication methods. This recall is estimated to launch in the second quarter of 2021. We ask that you please take the time to ensure that your personnel are aware of this communication and are prepared to execute a customer-friendly process for inquiries regarding involved vehicles. So the next document I'm going to show you is this one here. And this one's U.S. Department of Transportation, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. And this is dated June 16, 2021. And what is today? Today is the 18th, so this is only 2 days ago. And that's another thing worth bringing up too, is that a lot of times these safety recalls, by the time the manufacturer notifies NHTSA and the media puts it out, or the dealerships mail or email you or whatever communication in regards to these, sometimes it could be weeks, if not months, before you know of anything. So that's why I like to get these out there as quick as I can, so that way you guys can try to mitigate this yourself. If you have one of these 6.7 liter Cummins engines, and it sounds like whatever software they're using is not recognizing the correct oil volume, so maybe you put a little bit more oil in it just to kind of mitigate possibly this happening, of running it basically low oil and causing the main bearing failure or whatever's going on here. So subject: engine calibration may not warn of low oil volume. Dear Jennifer Shute, this letter serves to acknowledge Chrysler notification to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA, of a safety recall which will be conducted pursuant to federal law for this product listed below. Please review the following information to ensure that it conforms to your records, as this information is being available to the public. If the information does not agree with your records, please contact us immediately to discuss your concerns. And right here again, you got the Ram 3500 2019 to 2020, Ram 4500 2019 to 2020. And the Ram 5500 2019 to 2020. Manufacturer report date is June 10th, 2021. Campaign number 21V-431. Components, engine and engine cooling, engine oil, lubrication. Potential number of affected units, 32,002. Problem description: Chrysler is recalling certain 2019-2020 Ram 3500, 4500, and 5500 cab chassis vehicles equipped with a Cummins 6.7-liter high-output engine. The engine calibration software may not warn about low oil volume. Consequence: low oil can damage the engine, causing an oil leak or a punctured engine block, increasing the risk of a fire. Remedy: dealers will update the engine calibration software free of charge. Owner notification letters are expected to be mailed July 30th. So there you go. Look at that, July 30th. We're at what, June 18th? And you're not going to know. They're not even going to start mailing things until July 30th. So you're about a month and a half out. And, you know, maybe for 4th of July weekend or something, you're going to, you know, do some hauling or some towing, or you got an RV or something, and you're thinking you're checking your oil, doing everything right, trying to prep your rig for taking it out, and bam, you're going to have a bad day if this happens. So, yeah, like I said, maybe put a little bit more oil in it. Notes: owners may contact the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration Vehicle Safety Hotline, 1-888 blah, 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 or go to www.nhtsa.gov. And let me see, is there anything in here worth reading? Okay, so that's pretty much it there. And we'll move to the last final document. So this is the Safety Recall Report, and this is from NHTSA again. And this one's dated June 10th, 2021. Number of potential vehicles, 32,002. Estimated percentage with defect is 100%. So 100% of that 32,002 is going to have it. So there's 32,000 of you out there that's going to have this problem. So hopefully do something you can to try to mitigate this from happening to you prior to getting into the dealership, because you might call a dealership and they might not be able to get you in for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, who knows. But like I said, maybe add a little bit more oil. Vehicle 2019-2020 Ram 3500 cab chassis. Some 2019-2020 3500 cab chassis vehicles with the 6.7 high output engine. So that might be something to narrow down to as well, is that this is saying it's the high output engine. I know there's two different 6.7s, one not the high output and the other one is. The subject period began November 29, 2018, when Cummins 6.7-liter high output engines with an inadequate oil life monitoring strategy were introduced into the vehicle production, through July 25th, 2020, when Cummins 6.7 high output engines with an inadequate oil life monitoring strategy were no longer used in vehicle production. The suspect population was determined using engine manufacturing and vehicle production records. Similar vehicles not included in this recall were equipped with the Cummins 6.7-liter high output engine were manufactured before or after the suspect period. The total affected vehicles for this model is 8,724. So that is just for the 3500. And you can see the production dates here. They got November 29th, 2018 to July 25th of 2020. So that's a pretty big run right there. And you should be able to find that build date either on your window sticker or on your door tag inside of your vehicle. So next one. This one is for the Ram 4500 and 5500, 2019 to 2020. Some 2019-2020 Ram 4500, 5500 cab chassis vehicles built with the Cummins 6.7-liter high output engine may have oil life monitoring strategy that does not provide adequate warranty. This is basically going to read to be the same thing. It's only going to be for the 4500 and 5500. So down here, 23,278 is the number, and production dates are November 29, 2018 to July 25th, 2020. And again, you should be able to find those production times or production dates, kind of find out if you're within that range. Description: a defect in oil life monitor strategy does not provide adequate warning of oil consumption. This looks like the same thing. Low oil volume in the engine can cause a lack of oil film on the main bearing, deteriorating the main bearing, which could make the puncture in the engine block. Okay, so here's something. This is a little extra here. A punctured engine block may lead to a vehicle fire which increases the risk of injury to the occupants and persons outside the vehicle as well as the property. So not only where you may get a punctured engine from something going on with your bearings, but this might actually cause a fire and burn down your whole rig and whatever you might be towing or hauling, or you got your RV, your fifth wheel, whatever. The operator may notice abnormal engine noise immediately after a connecting rod failure before a fire can occur. So that's a big one. The operator may notice abnormal engine noise immediately after a connecting rod failure before a fire can occur. And let's see if there's anything else in here to read. Let's see. March 10th, 2021, Vehicle Safety Regulatory Compliance opened an investigation into the Ram 35, 4500, and 5500. Now see, remember earlier I was saying the range of vehicles. Before they only had the 3500, 4500. No, I think they did add the 5500. I'll take that back. I was probably thinking the 2500. Chassis vehicle because of reported engine compartment fires, which were determined to be caused by oil leaks initiated by a connecting rod failure. On March 2021, FCA examined photographic evidence, witness statements, and vehicle history data related to the field inputs with the supplier to determine a potential cause of the engine failures. From March 2021 through May 2021, FCA US and the supplier reviewed the return engines, engineering changes to the engines built during the period, and conducted oil consumption testing on a group of engines in the lab and in the field. The result of this activity was that the oil life indicator strategy was determined to be insufficient to adequately notify customers of oil consumption levels. As of June 3rd, 2021, FCA is aware of 4 customer assistant records, 56 warranty claims, and 56 field reports potentially related to the issue, with the dates of receipt ranging from August 27, 2019 to March 29, 2021. As of June 3rd, 2021, FCA US is aware of 0 accidents and 0 injuries potentially related to this issue, which is always a positive. On June 3rd, 2021, FCA US determined through the Vehicle Regulations Committee to conduct a voluntary safety recall of the affected vehicles. And FCA US will conduct a voluntary safety recall on all affected vehicles to flash the engine calibration software to include enhanced oil life monitoring. So it seems like it shouldn't take too long once you get into the dealer if it's just a reflash. Hopefully you won't have it for only be a couple hours and not a couple days. FCA has a long-standing policy and practice of reimbursing owners who have incurred the cost of repairing a problem that subsequently becomes the subject of a field action. To ensure consistency, FCA, as part of this owner lever, will request that customers send the original receipt and/or other adequate proof of payment to the company for confirmation of the expense. So this is good here. So if you had this problem and you were out of warranty, and these are pretty new vehicles, so if you were out of warranty, it's probably because you've gone over the mileage already, and you had this and you had it repaired, then it looks like they are going to reimburse you for that, which is good. The new engine calibration includes oil life monitoring based on fuel consumption in addition to mileage and or hours in the service, and will notify the customer when applicable. Description of recall schedule, 6/10/2021. FCA will notify dealers beginning notified on 7/30. So look at this right here. Planned dealer notification date, July 30th. Planned owner notification date, July 30th. So I don't know what that means. They're going to notify the dealers and the owners on the same day. That's going to be fun. You're going to get the, if you call in on the 30th, or if you call in right now, you're going to get that. Never heard of that before. And if you call in on the 30th, the July 30th, you're probably going to get the never heard of that before too. So that's pretty much it, guys. So yeah, that's for the 6.7 liter Cummins high output engine, 3500, 4500, 5500. It's going to involve 32,000 vehicles, 100% with a defect. And hopefully this helps you guys out there. Like I said, if it was me and it was my truck, I'd just put a little bit more oil in it until I can get this figured out, because definitely don't want this happening to me. So yeah, hopefully you like the channel. I do a lot of big boy toy reviews. I especially like RVs and trucks and all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, hopefully you'll subscribe and follow my channel, and we'll catch you on the next video.